Master and Dynamic has been making moves ever since their debut back in early 2014. They entered a highly saturated market with products backed with a premium price for admission. People wondered if there were another style over substance-based company when they first laid eyes on their products. Those speculations were quickly laid to rest when ears met the MH40. Now, here before you are the MW60s, essentially as described by Master and Dynamic, a wireless MH40. Well, are they? We'll see. The packaging here is very clean and informative with a very detailed image of the product in hand, giving you a clear sense of what lies beneath. Packaging presentation is a very important part of the experience of owning a product, and Master and Dynamic doesn't fail here. With the lid opened, you are greeted with an overview of the company Master and Dynamic and a quick start guide to get you up and running with the MW60. Between the MW60 is a cool cylinder leather case that houses additional accessories such as the micro USB to USB-A charge and sync cable, and my goodness, are they of quality. Just look at the braided materials and aluminum jacks. Next up is the standard auxiliary cable with no inline microphone that is used for passively connecting the MW60 to your source in the event your battery dies. And finally, we have a 3.5mm to 6.5mm adapter to allow the MW60 to be used with studio or more sophisticated home equipment. The MW60 is neatly set into a cutout and is just absolutely gorgeous to the eyes. Whoever is the lead designer over there at Master and Dynamic needs to give themselves a pat on their back. These look and feel so damn premium. Underneath, we have the carrying pouch in which you can store the MW60 in whilst folded up. I seriously wish it were a hard case though, especially for the $549 price tag. There's also another case for storing something else, I guess, maybe IEMs, or you can put the cables in there if the cylinder case is too big. Lastly, we have a flap enclosure storing an in-depth manual of the MW60, as well as its specifications and more info. I have to just grab the MW60s one more time just to admire how gorgeous and sophisticated they look. The construction quality of the MW60 is just exquisite and easily lives up to the asking price. Air cups have ample movement to get that right fit no matter the unique angles your head may have. The genuine leather ear pads are wonderfully plush and soft and fit snugly around my ears with no discomfort and easily just come right off from their magnetic connection in case you need to clean or replace them. Headband adjustment is smooth with just the right amount of resistance as to not allow the ear cups to readjust themselves accidentally when worn. The headband is also of genuine leather, but it is rather thin in its pattern and width, which definitely caused some hot spots at the top of my head after about 1 hour of usage. In summary, these are just very well built headphones that also manages to look really damn good. Diving deeper into the functionality of the MW60, notice the exposed horizontal aluminum antennas on the left ear cups, similar to what's on the back of an iPhone 6 or 6S. This is brilliant engineering and the reason why these rarely ever cut out when I use them wirelessly. Also on the left is a switch that when pushed all the way down turns off the MW60, when pushed to the middle turns it on and pairs it to the last two devices. When pushed all the way to the top and held for about 3 seconds, puts it in pairing mode, and when briefly pushed to the top when already on, displays the current battery status. Moving over to the right, we have our controls in a 3-button configuration, with the middle button being the play, pause, answering and ending calls, as well as summoning your voice assistant. The volume buttons do their traditional task when engaged, however, when they are pressed and held, they advance to the next track or go to the previous track. Lower on the right ear cup, we have the micro USB female port for charging and syncing, and over to the left we have our standard 3.5mm female port, granting the MW60 a passive connection when its battery dies. From the minute I put these on and sync them to my iPhone and hit play, A smile just formed on my face from ear to ear, and I knew I was dealing with something of epic proportions. Like stated previously, Master & Dynamic claims the MW60 can achieve the performance of the MH40 via wireless connectivity. Well, they have essentially made Bluetooth a primary means of me listening to music when out and about, because the sound quality that emits from the MW60 when wireless can easily stand toe-to-toe with the best wired portable headphones that I've heard. The bass performance is very similar to the MH40 in that it is very flat, slightly elevated, extends endlessly, and just hits with the most dynamic and tight slam that I've ever heard from a portable headphone. I'm not sure if it's from the ridiculously good seal that these have on the head, which helps them easily be my best passive noise isolating headphone, or just superb resonance control, but the bass on these is just beautiful. The V-Motor Crossfade Wireless is also a superb performer in bass, but whilst they are louder and more engaging, the MW60 is tighter and cleaner. The mid-range here on the MW60 is quite unremarkable in the sense that nothing really stands out. It's a clean and articulated and neutral sounding mid-range, which I appreciate since nothing sounds off when you switch from genre to genre in a listening session, but for me personally, a tad bit more emphasis in the lower mid-range wouldn't hurt, I guess. Depth rendition here is very good and the best I have heard from a wireless headphone. It at times honestly sounds like I am physically connected to the source when I listen to a vocalist and the instruments around them, and I get that eerie sense of spatial separation that makes it feel more realistic. The treble here is also just beautiful. It manages to be smooth and laid back, yet crisp and lively when called for. Here is where Bluetooth always struggled for me, and that was squeezing out that last bit of fine treble resolution. But I don't know what hocus pocus Master & Dynamic pulled out of their engineering labs, but the MW60 is very, very detailed wirelessly. So much so that I find myself using them wirelessly in my house even while I am surrounded by some of the best wired headphones. The JBL Everest Elite 700 is a stunning portable headphone, but the MW60 honestly took clarity and detail to another level over Bluetooth. And when you add the fact that the MW60 are built out of superior materials and in my opinion looks much more sophisticated and upscale, it leads me to say this: these are the best wireless headphones on the market, bar none, when you factor in all aspects or even just sound alone. Now, this won't stop me from recommending the excellent Crossfade Wireless from V-Motor or the Everest Elite 700 from JBL when someone wants a really good wireless headphone. But if you are out for the best with no compromise, then my goodness, Master & Dynamic has something for you. Thanks for watching my review. Later.